Hey, how's it going everyone? It's me, it's Jinsula, and welcome to today's Pokemon Go discussion video. So, I've been closely following the Pokemon Go PvP Championships currently happening in London, and I have to say a couple of thoughts regarding Pokemon Go's PvP system as well as the future of Pokemon Go has come to mind. There were a few things that I observed while watching the PvP Championships that I really do think needs to be addressed in order for this particular game mode to have a much more widespread appeal. As much as the Go Battle League is popular among Pokemon Go players, it is a clear reality that it's not accessible for everyone, and the PvP Championships have definitely exposed that. I'm going to be talking about all of that in today's video, so let's roll the intro and get right into it. Okay, let's talk about the World Championships. So, in general, I've been enjoying my time watching the live stream for this particular event. There's been some really exciting battles and some stellar commentary, and I really do think Niantic and the Pokémon Company has done a really good job at providing viewers of these live streams with a very positive experience. If you want to talk about Pokemon Go being an esport, I really do think Niantic actually pulled it off. Not only has the event been extremely competitive, but there has been a lot of exciting twists and turns as well. I can't tell you how many battles happened yesterday during the first day of the World Championships where it seemed like there was a clear winner, but it actually ended up going in the favor of the other player. To me, this indicates that Pokemon Go's PvP system does have a very strong element of strategy and planning that you really cannot find with any other Pokemon game. And I know the players of the mainstream games are grabbing their pitchforks right now, but with the shielding system and the charge attack system, I really do think that Pokemon Go has a lot of unique aspects going for it to generate a lot of exciting and unpredictable moments. But as much as the World Championships has been fun to watch, there were a lot of concerns regarding the Pokemon Go PvP system that I really started to think about. I think the most glaring and most obvious issue with Pokemon Go's PvP system that made itself known was, of course, the lack of a very diverse meta. It's very obvious that every single Pokemon Go battler on the world stage is using a pretty similar set of Pokemon. It's very rare that you would come across a player that has a team that is very different from the opposing player, and even when they bring those teams, it's not often that they would find some widespread success. I mean, don't get me wrong, there has been a good amount of diversity of Pokemon, but it's very clear that every single player who is at this level of Pokemon Go's PvP system is using a very similar set of Pokemon to choose from. I can't tell you how many players I saw with Trevenant and Walrein on their team. There have been the occasional players that have been using the Shadow version of Walrein, but in general, it just seems like the meta is set around a very specific group of Pokemon. The issue with this, in my opinion, is that a lot of these Pokemon are currently inaccessible to the common player. So for anyone who is trying to grind it out to Legend Rank in order to make the World Championships next year, well, they're going to have their work cut out for them because they need a specific group of Pokemon in their arsenal. And I totally get it. Most of the veteran battlers will tell you that the meta is going to favor certain Pokemon mainly because of how they are built, and it's going to be a natural part of any competitive game. There's going to be certain strategies and certain Pokemon that are going to be always better than certain others, and I can totally understand why this is just something that we have to accept. But just speaking for next year's Pokemon Go World Championships, I would really like to see a much more diverse meta. If Niantic were to buff up certain Pokemon or release new Pokemon that could challenge some of the current meta, that would make the gameplay a lot more exciting and more accessible to the common player. If someone is dedicated enough to grind out for the World Championships, then they should not have as many roadblocks that are completely out of their control. If the current meta is just littered with Galarian Stunfisks and Trevenants and Walreins, then I really think Niantic should have some great counters to these specific Pokemon and release them into Pokemon Go and have it accessible to just about everyone. And I know a lot of players are going to give me flack for this, but this could mean that they should focus in on adding more PvP-centric Pokemon or community days and make sure they are actually worth using in the Go Battle League. Like, let's talk about the last couple of community days. Galarian Zigzagoon was a pretty decent community day considering that the community day move actually improved the Pokemon, but it didn't improve it by enough to make a huge dent in the current meta. And let's not even get started on how disappointing Starly and Stuffle Community Day were when it came to their exclusive moves as well. There was a lot of potential behind them, but again, it didn't improve the Pokemon enough to actually make them viable for this level of competitive Pokemon Go play. I think the only Community Day this year that had a massive impact on Pokemon Go's PvP system was of course the introduction of Icicle Spear Walrein. I really do feel like if Niantic were to focus in on PvP-centric Pokemon for community days, then they should make a similar level of impact. That would most certainly make for a much more diverse meta. The other issue that I noticed that I wanted to talk about in this video is of course the simplicity of Pokemon Go's PvP gameplay. I know a lot of players will say that this is one of the good things about the PvP system, but I actually think it's to its own detriment. I really do think that if they were to add different elements to the PvP system that players have to worry about, it could make for some much more exciting gameplay. Of course, the most obvious addition would have to be status effects. If they were to introduce that into the current PvP system, it could definitely change up how people strategize and build their teams, and it could make for a much more interesting Go Battle League, especially from a viewer's point of view. But yeah, these were just some of the issues that I was thinking about regarding Pokemon Go's PvP system while I was watching the World Championships. But I really do think this is also a little bit of nitpicking because the gameplay has been extremely fun to watch and the battlers have been definitely showing off their skills and making it more about their own capabilities rather than the Pokemon that they are using. I think that alone is evident that Pokemon Go's PvP system is in a really healthy state. As much as the common player will tell you that Pokemon Go's PvP system is in a very broken state, it's very evident that Niantic did polish it up just enough to make for a really positive World Championships experience. Maybe I wasn't paying close enough attention, but it really seemed like a lot of the issues that players were facing regarding PvP has been fixed for the World Championships, and it's really been going smooth for every single Pokemon Go player on that stage. And finally, I want to close this video off by talking about the implications of having a World Championships for Pokemon Go's PvP system every single year from this point on. I think the obvious benefit of having a World Championships every single year is the fact that it gives players an incentive to grind out in PvP since there is a very clear end goal. It's pretty much impossible now to say that there is no point in grinding it out in PvP aside from bragging rights. But yeah, considering that Pokemon Go is a very casual game, not every player is going to feel that motivation to grind it out in order to make it to the World Championships. But for the players who would like to see something for all of their effort, this is a very nice goal to have. Now, of course, another big important thing regarding having a Pokemon Go World Championships every year is that it keeps the game relevant. As Pokemon Go continues to age, it will most certainly lose players over time, but if there is a World Championships every year, this could motivate players to continue playing, and it could generate a lot of new players as well. This is the specific reason why certain games have remained in the pop culture zeitgeist for several years, if not decades. This includes games like League of Legends, World of Warcraft, and Counter-Strike. All of these games are very competitive and they have World Championships every year. It's safe to say that if Niantic cultivates their competitive game modes in Pokemon Go and have a World Championships every year, it will most certainly contribute to the longevity of this game. So yeah, overall, the Pokemon Go PvP World Championships have shown that Pokemon Go's PvP system is in a pretty healthy state, but there are certainly some improvements that Niantic can make along the way. I really do hope that the future of Pokemon Go is secured through these World Championships and they continue to generate a lot of good hype for this game so that it can continue to last for years to come. And yeah, with that said, that's going to be the conclusion of this video. But I would love to know your thoughts regarding everything that I talked about down below. Are you hyped up for the World Championships, or is PvP something you just do not care about? Definitely share why down below, and let's have a great discussion. And if you ended up enjoying this discussion video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe if it's your first time here. And don't forget that little bell so you stay up to date on whenever I upload videos. And I want to give a quick shout out to my patrons on Patreon. You make this channel content possible. If you want to support my channel in any way, then do consider checking out the links in the description below. And yeah, that's going to be it. I'm Jinsula. Be safe, have fun, love yourself, and I'll catch you all later.